Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for September the 29th. I am going to be pulling one card for overall energy. After that, I'll be pulling one card per sign, and we'll see how those energies work together. Let's see what shows up. All right, overall energy is the Star card coming up in reverse. Now, the Star card in reverse, to me, talks about this idea of some kind of truth coming out. Some kind of truth that maybe it was hidden from us, maybe it wasn't. We kind of knew that there was some information missing. We just didn't know exactly what it was. The Star card talks about that information coming up to the surface, and it talks about it really comes to the surface without us having to dig for it. It just kind of pops up, and there we have it. Now, the other thing about the Star card coming up in reverse tells me that whatever this information is that shows up is information that generally will change our perceptions about whatever this information is around and how we want to interact with the situation connected with it. So we may be having a change of mind once this truth pops out. Let's see how it goes. We're going to look at how it goes for each sign, starting with Aries, of course. Okay, so Six of Cups showing up in reverse. So Aries, this is a situation where this is somebody from your past or a situation from your past, and the truth is popping out about that situation. Now, for some of you, knowing this truth is going to be, well, for all of you, it's going to be very helpful because the truth does set us free. For some of you, knowing this truth is going to feel pretty good. And for others of you, knowing this truth might not feel so hot. So I think we've got about a 50-50 split on that. That's how it feels to me, but some kind of truth coming up about a situation or a person from your past. Next, we're looking at Taurus. Oh, I shouldn't flip that because that's not how it was. Okay, so Taurus, Three of Wands coming up here with that Star card showing up in reverse. In the overall, that just tells me, Taurus, that you are making some long-term plans based on this new information that is coming out today with the Star card in reverse. So making some long-term plans based on that information. All right, next we're looking at Geminis. So Geminis, that side of the Hanged Man showing up in reverse. Interesting. Geminis, I do think you have some information that is showing up, information that you didn't have access to before. And I think that this information is going to be around a person who has already gotten out of the situation that this information is about, or they have already, this could be somebody who was a con man and you find out about it, but they're already long gone. That type of energy. There's something going on here around a truth that's coming out, and somebody who was at the center of that truth or definitely involved in that truth is no longer around to be confronted or talked to about. Okay, so that was Gemini's. Next up, we're looking at Cancers. Eight of Swords showing up here. Cancers. Okay, so with that Moon card coming up in the overall energy in reverse, this truth that is coming out has you really thinking and overthinking. This may be something that sort of triggers some insecurities in you whenever it shows up. So try to look at this new truth in a logical way, and remember that you have control of what you do with your life, your time, your resources, your breath. You have control of that. Nobody else. Don't let some type of old paradigm. I feel like for a lot of you, some type of old paradigm is holding you back. Like you feel like, oh, well, here's this information, but I can't escape from it. Yes, you can. Might take a little bit more energy and effort than not having to deal with this, but yes, you can. You're in charge of your life. Okay, so that's for Cancers. Ba-da-da-da. Now let's look at Leo. So Leo, Two of Swords showing up in reverse along with that Star coming up in reverse. It's interesting that we've got the two. We've got that duality on both of these cards. We've got these two opened up towers, and we've got the two swords. So this really talks about the idea that some kind of truth that is coming out has you really an indecision for the moment, Leos. I think that you did feel a very particular way about a certain situation. Now that the truth has come out around that situation, you're kind of questioning, do I really still feel that way now that I know the rest of the deal? Or is my mind sort of shifting? So I think that you're taking some time to sort of shift your perspective here. I think it is going to shift, but it is definitely an adjustment, which tells me whatever this truth is kind of shocking for you Leos. Next up, we're looking at Virgo. And so Virgo, who is this? Justice. Should have known. There's the scales. Okay, so Virgos. Overall energy being the star card in reverse, some kind of truth is coming out, something that you're not having to dig for. With the Justice card showing up, and we're seeing the back of the Justice card here, this just tells me that basically there's been some kind of decision that was made before all the information was out. All right, and I feel like this is from the past. So if this is a court thing, this may be something where you go for a retrial or an appeal or whatever. I don't know that I know of the official words. If this is another type of decision, then you may, if you can get the deciding person's attention and get them to see the new information, then that might be helpful in reversing this decision. But really, there's no guarantees because once this decision is made, it's generally pretty solid. Okay. Now let's look at Virgo. No, that was Virgo. We're looking at Libra. So Libra, Nine of Wands showing up in reverse. Libra, there is some kind of truth that is coming out today that is going to take you basically by surprise with this Nine of Wands in reverse. And this being the overall energy. This truth is not something you're having to dig for. It's just popping out. And whenever it does, you are going to feel really like it came out of the blue. Okay. Now for Scorpios. All right. Scorpio, so it looks like we have given somebody a gift, or we are giving somebody a gift today. And with this moon card coming up in reverse, this is telling me that we were trying to keep this a secret. We weren't trying to let just anybody and everybody know about this. You know, the best gifts are given in secret. But somebody is spilling the beans here. Somebody's letting the word out. Okay. That was for Scorpios. Next up, we're looking at Sagittarius. So Sagittarius with the Page of Cups showing up in reverse and the truth coming out in the overall energy. I think you've got some kind of truth that's coming up. Not anything you have to dig for, but it just shows up. You've got some kind of truth showing up here. And whenever it does, I think that it kind of shakes your any ideas that you had that maybe humankind is decent after all, or it could even be maybe just romantic relationships are not that hot, or maybe it's a particular romantic relationship that this truth coming up has you really doubting. But with this coming in as the Page of Cups, this says, you know what, I'm not really having a hard time appreciating either a particular romantic relationship, people and the goodness of people in general, or romantic relationships in general, one or the other. And you're feeling that way because of some kind of truth that has come up without you even trying to dig for it. All right, so that's Sagittarius. Next we have Capricorn. So Capricorn, Queen of Cups showing up in reverse for your sign, along with that star card in reverse. So Capricorns, there's some kind of truth that's coming out today with the star card in reverse, and whenever you hear it, whoo, this, I think that there's going to be an interesting reaction from you. I really feel like there's a little bit of an I told you so, I knew this was going to happen, and a little bit of that is mixed in with some happiness here. And I feel like the happiness comes from the idea of I knew it, but also the happiness comes in from the idea that basically somebody was acting really idiotic and they got the type of results that somebody who acts really idiotic gets. and now you're finding out about those. Okay, that's the nicest way I know how to say that. So that was for who? That was for Capricorn. Next, we're looking at Aquarius. Okay, so Aquarius, 9 of Cups. All right, Aquarius, I think that you're sharing some kind of secret today, something that you've been keeping secret for a while. Now you feel like you're ready to share it with everybody in your sphere of influence, and you're ready to celebrate whatever this is. So this could be like, say that you've known that you're pregnant and you've just been waiting until a certain point in time to announce it. That could be something like this. Okay. Could be an engagement. Could be that you did really well on exams. Could be a lot of things. But there's something that you've been sort of waiting to say and you've been keeping it under wraps until the timing is right. Now we see you announcing it and celebrating it. And I think that people are kind of surprised because you've definitely gone poker face on them. They did not know to expect this. All right. So that's Aquarius. Next up we have Pisces. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Pisces, you do have some kind of energy coming up out of the blue, something that you weren't digging for, but it just pops up. Whenever this energy pops up, I think you're going to be cutting off connection or ties with whatever it is that's connected with this information that pops up. So cutting ties, no more communication, done, 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 done. All right. So that's what we have. Thank you guys very much for being here today. And don't forget, you guys are my sponsors. So please put a thumbs up, a like, and a share, and a comment on this video. I'm looking forward to seeing some of you later on in private for your own sessions. And the rest of you, I'll see you back on the next video. Peace out.